Greetings. Welcome to my channel. This is Kaleidoscope Soul Dreams, and my name is Kathleen, or Kat. As I am sure you can tell from the title, this is a Reiki session specifically intended for headache, and I am so excited for this. Just a little bit of background about me. I am a Reiki master, and I feel called to do sessions for the collective that are more in line with a physical focus, although of course not all of my sessions will be physical focus sessions, but for specific physical focus intentions such as headache or fatigue, those are the sorts of physical focus intentions that I feel very called to make content for, and I'm very excited, very excited about it, and I'm so thrilled to have you here. So I'm just going to start. I do have a cup of tea. You can't really, I don't know if you can see my teacup very well, it's quite dark, but I do have a cup of tea and that I'm going to be sipping a little bit as I talk to you about a little bit of the background behind this. And I would just like to invite you to find for yourself a cozy space, and that could be a physically cozy space like a bed or a chair or a reading nook, or it could be just a mentally cozy space. And I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. This tea that I'm drinking today is Buttermint Tea by Twinings. It is a peppermint and vanilla herbal tisane, technically. And usually I prefer to do loose tea, but since this is a headache-focused session, I thought that it would be easier to do a tea that would be easier for bad headache days, so a tea bag. So, one of the reasons that I'm so excited about doing this session as my very first session for the collective is because for as long as I can remember, I've had a headache all the time. And currently my headache baseline is much lower than it used to be, but some days are still harder than other days. Some days, of course, are easier, but other days are still harder. And so this session is intended for those harder headache days. For the days where you may be experiencing what I call a spike. That's what I call it when my headache pain gets above a certain level. And yeah, so I'm just going to take a couple more sips of my tea and let you get cozy, and then we'll get into our session. So this is a lavender scented candle. Hold on one second. So this is a lavender scented candle, and I find that lavender is a very soothing scent and a very good one for the headache days. So this candle, as I said, is lavender scented, and then there is going to be some lavender in some of the other things that I'm using today as well. So we have this lavender candle. So I'm just going to invite you to take a look at this flame as we together focus and set our intention. So I would like to conduct this distance Reiki session today. In the most medicinal ease and balance, in accordance with our best and brightest selves, for the highest good of all, to soothe any headache pain you may be feeling. And please know that you can always come back to this session whenever you have need of it, or whenever you feel that it may be helpful for you. So I'm just going to set this candle off to the side, and it will burn all through our session. So let's get started with some cleansing. For this session today, I'm going to use one of my selenite wands. Just setting my intention to cleanse any negative or sticky or oily energy from your system. I'm just going to brush this all the way down your sides. And with this selenite. Going over your head now, and around the sides of your head. Okay. So now I'm just going to use this amethyst point to draw the sacred Reiki symbols in your aura. I believe I'm going to draw them above your head. That's where I'm feeling called to draw them right now. And I'm going to start with the power symbol. And just with that, intending that you experience more personal vitality even as you go through this time where you may be also experiencing a headache spike. With the intention that any headache pain you may be experiencing not keep you from doing things that you want to do, or things that may be necessary for you to do. And then the next symbol that I'm going to draw into your aura is the harmony symbol. And with this symbol, I am intending that any emotional connection you may feel to your pain may be diminished. It's speaking from experience. It's very difficult to be in pain a lot of the time and not have some sort of emotional attachment to that pain. So to help aid you with that, with any pain, with emotional attachment to any pain you may be experiencing. You can't really see very well because it is quite a dark stone, but this stone has a very soothing but at the same time celestial energy, and this was one that I found to be beneficial for headache pain. So I'm just going to run this around your head and along your hairline, and around your temples, around your temples, the other side, and around to the back of your head, to the base of the skull. Just intending to soothe any pain you may be experiencing. These are all places where I personally feel that my headache pain manifests the most, but I am going to run this stone around the entire head so that its energy can soothe any headache pain you may be feeling, no matter where in the head it is experienced. So over the top of the head, around the side, and you may find that making little circles with your fingers against your scalp helps with the headache pain and helps that, and can be a sensation that is distracting from the headache pain, that a pleasant sensation can distract from unpleasant sensations. And I'm just going to run this down the backs of your shoulders as well. Because that can be another place where headache pain can radiate to. The next item that I'm going to use is this headache spray. This is a spray that I make myself. It uses my headache essential oil blend, and it contains amethyst, lapis lazuli, clear quartz, and rose quartz. Those are the little noises that you hear. And I'm just going to spritz this onto your temples. And onto the back of your neck and down your back, because headache pain can radiate down the back and across your shoulders. And then I'm just going to spritz this above your head. I'm actually just going to spritz this on my face. I love the way that this smells. It contains the essential oils of lavender, peppermint, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And it smells incredible, and the smell of this, I find, is incredibly helpful for my headaches. However, I have a friend who is quite sensitive to the smell of lavender, and the smell of lavender actually gives her a bad headache. So that was something that I wanted to bring up, was that one of the very important things to know about headache is that one of the very important things to know about headache is that different people have different headache triggers. And different headache triggers can trigger different intensities of headache. So it's important to know yourself and to know what will be helpful or less helpful for you specifically. Next item I have to share with you is one that I'm very excited about. This is a headache balm. make this also with my headache essential oil blend, but I also make it with more peppermint oil than with a greater amount of peppermint oil in it as well. So I'm just going to warm this up, and then I'm going to apply this to your temples. And this would be an item that you could apply anywhere that you're feeling headache pain, because it does have that cooling sensation of the peppermint, and the peppermint can I'm sorry, I sometimes have a difficulty with word finding. Peppermint the cooling sensation of peppermint can sort of penetrate or it can feel as though it is penetrating deeper than just the skin, the layer of the skin. So it can feel as though it is getting deep into where you are experiencing headache pain. So I'm just going to apply a little bit more of this to my finger, and then just apply this along your hairline, the lower hairline. And then down the side of your neck. And these are just sort of where I'm feeling called to apply this. And I'm just going to apply just a little bit more right between your eyebrows. So the other thing that I wanted to share with you was that for me, my experience has been that distraction is some of the most potent medicine for headache pain, for any pain really. When I was in high school, I was doing this sort of advanced program that allowed me to do only a few hours per day at the high school, and then I would take night classes at the community college as well. And I remember that there were days where I would come home from a few hours at school and just be in so much pain, and on those days, sorry, the furnace just came on. So there is going to be a little bit of background noise. Sorry, there's nothing that I can do about that. But, and I'm just sending you Reiki. Which I've been channeling through the whole session, of course, but now all I'm doing is talking and sending you Reiki. So, what was I saying? Distraction. Distraction is powerful medicine, and I don't mean medicine in the same way as medication. Medication can be medicinal, but I've found that distraction for me, I'm sure this may not be the case for everyone, but I think that it is worth giving a try. Distraction is, as I said, powerful medicine, not like medication, but can be more medicinal than medication, in my experience. There was a particular TV show that I would watch when I had a bad headache, because I knew that it was one that wouldn't be stressful to watch. It was a detective show, but even though it was a detective show, I knew it wouldn't be a stressful one to watch, because the characters in it always caught the bad guys, essentially. And so it was a very safe show for me to watch, because the experience of it was one where I didn't have to worry about the content that I was consuming. I didn't have to worry that something would go badly wrong in one of the episodes that I watched. I didn't have to worry, and that was what made it so potent a form of medicine, and so medicinal a form of comfort for me. So I would just invite you to try that. And I'm going to just smooth down your aura. Session is complete. I am so glad that you could join me today. I am so looking forward to creating more sessions for the collective. I'm so looking forward to seeing what more I can do, and yeah, I'm so grateful that I can do do something to support those who may find themselves in somewhat of a similar position to me. Because those of us who have any sort of chronic health, anything, need all the support we can get. So I am sending you endless love, and I wish you peace as you move forward on your path.